Oh my goodness, this nigga's still talking.
I'm late. This joint gonna come up a little bit after freaking 12 p.m. Eastern time zone. However, it's fine. Alright. A nigga had shit to do. I went to go and get food. A nigga had shit to do. Alright. But we're here now. How are you? This is Just Talking Podcast. And I'm not. And real quick. Because what I'm really about to get into for real, is the whole stupid submarine Titanic bullshit. Alright. Personally. Because I really think that it was dumb. I'm trying to see my volume levels, but for some reason I don't even know if hello. I don't know if this joint really be adjusting it enough, but I'll just leave it on here. Fuck it, right? That nigga's like, you can't even hear him. What's going on? I'm gonna have to do a little bit of magic, but all right, before I get into this shit. Bro, I seen that one story on Twitter. And I'll be honest, bro. I've been checked out of any other social media. Like, obviously, I don't be on Snapchat that much anyways. But I've been checked out of Snap. I've been checked out of Insta. But Twitter? That's the level of toxicity that I need in my life right now. Oh, yeah. Talking my shit on Twitter a little bit. But I seen this one CNN story, and it says, world's hardest dish. Stir-fried stones are China's latest street food. And me personally, I have an issue with them. Alright? Because there ain't no way you gonna tell me, niggas, you know what, first I'm gonna start. Because in the story, it said that it was found by fishermen or some shit. Or it had been popular since ancient times, dating back from oral. I didn't even like the way they said orally, and you'll understand why after. But they said it was spread orally from fisherman to fisherman. Whole time these niggas just put stones on a fryer, put a whole bunch of seasonings and shit, and then be frying that joint up. And all you're supposed to do is that you suck the seasoning or the sauce, whatever, off the stone. And I'm like, out of anything that you could have done that shit for, why the fuck are you doing it for stone? Hold up real quick, bro. Y'all niggas were literally seasoning it with leaves and shit. Different leaves and spice. But y'all nigga couldn't just find some grass. Nigga, I'm eating fried grass before I'm sucking some fucking sauce and seasonings off of a fucking stone, bro. There's not even an Ayo to it. However, I started to feel that way when these niggas said, oh yeah, this technique, this cooking was spread by ancient times orally. Why you saying like that? You know these niggas sucking the stone. Why you saying like that? And one more thing, alright? Fishermen, I'm gonna be the one to say it. If you were a fisherman and this happened, the first nigga that did it, he was probably a bad fisherman. Nah, bro, no good fisherman. If you're good at fishing, you ain't need to fry stones. On job. You ain't need to fry stones. So why are these niggas coming at me saying this the new street fad? Y'all niggas on the street Dad, I want to try fried stones. Man, I can't stand it, bro. This in China though, not here, but still, I can't stand it. If this is what communism does, I don't want it. All right, y'all niggas gotta stop trying to make poor people food work like that. No, we get it. Some of them are made for that. I get it. Sometimes you come from the struggle, and that's when you really trying that shit out. But we not eating pebbles, bro. We should not be. I'm not sucking them either. But nah, cause you gotta think about it, bro. a fisherman, like a bat, like it sounds like the type of like that fisherman who came up with it. Sounds like that nigga who like he tried that like that one friend that tried to make it big acting or fucking streaming, like acting, basically in the entertainment industry. You know that one nigga who he's like. He's a cook, right? Yeah, that fisherman, he must have been a cook at first, right? And he told one of his buddies back then, was probably like, man, I think I'm done with this cooking shit. His friend was probably like, what you mean, bro? And the fisherman like, nah. I think I want to follow my dreams. I want to be a fisherman, a world fisherman. Bro, your family's eating good. You can go to the palace, man. The palace. The emperor knows you, man. What you mean? Why you want to be a fisherman for? I just feel like there's bigger things for me out there. Bigger fish to fry. Fish to fry, man. You already fry fish. And you got the lamb on deck too. What you mean? But you gotta let your buddy go, man. Go and follow his dreams. Then you find out that nigga ain't doing shit. Next time you meet him, this nigga struggling. He's like, damn, man, I ain't even know. Like, and this is the thing. These niggas be having dreams, but not knowing a single thing about fishing. He probably think fishing was gonna be like cooking. He's like, I just gotta pull out the frying pan, dip it in the water, and the fish will come to me. Nah, bro. He ain't know how hard it was to be a fisherman for real. Alright, it's the same thing. These niggas don't want to be actors, want to be stars. Everybody want to get a bang with the stars. Crystal bang, DR. Shout out Jed, bro. Everybody want to roll around with the stars. But, yeah. That's my tirade against poor people. Now let's talk about these rich niggas that died on trying to see the Titanic or whatever. Sorry. What were we talking about before? I wanted to finish eating real quick. Well, not eating, but taking a break. But, yeah, nah. I'll run down the little Titanic story, at least from what I've seen. So, like I said, I be scrolling through Twitter now. So, I'm on Twitter. I'm not Twitter. I'm on Twitter. I'm just going around and I see 4 men go down to see the Titanic in a submarine. First thing I thought was, they know where the Titanic is? Like, they know? And I was all like, the other thing was like, they can get that far down there? No, it was like late at night, I'm pretty sure, when I peeped this. So I didn't really care. I just ignored the news. Because I got a life of my own. And then, the next day, people are talking about, yeah, it was actually 5 people. It was like 4 people and then the driver. And then, like, niggas start talking about they had a controller, a Logitech controller. And by then, I was all like, yeah. Then I started seeing the stuff where people were actually, like, saying they're in danger. But first, obviously, I saw the jokes. I seen the jokes. All right. And I'm gonna let you know, they were nice. They were top tier. And then this is where my problem started coming in. All right. Randomly, people started being like, man, all you people pretend to be good people, but you're out here laughing at these Titanic folk. And I'm like, damn right I am. But I ignored it because it's like, you know, it's just people trying to be fake good for the internet. All right. And then I start seeing shit like leftists, liberals. They're all about this fake compassion, fake joy, but they're out here attacking these rich people. And I'm like, all right, whoa. You can come here and call me a bad person and I won't say anything. But I will be damned if you call me a liberal. Like now, it's like well, because I did respond to like the second one that I had seen because I was like, man, I actually like some of your tweets sometimes. Like, I hope you're saying it as a joke because afterwards he liked the tweet where I was all like, nah, I'm laughing because I was like, this nigga was all like, these submarine jokes are being pushed by radical socialists who want you all to hate on billionaires. By the way, and now that I see this shit, this nigga was probably joking. Or I hope so. Because I was all like, nah, I'm just not getting in a tin can controlled by a game controller. Like these niggas didn't even have a PS5 controller, bro. A Logitech controller? Nigga, no Xbox One, PS4, a Logitech controller, my nigga. You were not serious, bro. You were not serious. Alright? I'm going to say it right now. Logitech controllers. Alright, if I see a nigga that's still using a Logitech controller, I have an issue with him. Alright? I play PC games. Alright? Niggas only use Xbox controllers, the Steam controllers, PlayStation controllers. If you are using anything else, you are not serious. But the better question is why even use a controller? No. Honestly, those are two questions. Why even use a controller? All right, nigga think he was playing Deep Sea Simulator, bro. Like Submarine Simulator. This is crazy, bro. This is crazy. All right, dog. Don't let me find somebody that played the little tractor simulator shit and think he gonna go outside and really mow a farm, bro. This is not the same. This is not the same. This levels. There's skill gaps. You ain't meet the skill check, bro. This is very crazy. This is very crazy. Like, that's what I'm saying. And this would be blowing me about conservatives, bro. Because, like, man, I be listening to one, and just because I'm like, all right, sometimes it's good to hear the news from the other side and all that shit. But like Brett Cooper, the comment section with Brett Cooper, like, she cool. She's cool. When I first found her, I didn't even think she was conservative like that, for real. And then I started watching more, and she was all like, yeah, the teachers didn't want to go to school during COVID because it was a whole thing with the teachers union, and they didn't want to teach or anything. And I'm like, madam, was there not like a pandemic? Like, I don't know. That was Trump that closed down everything. Like, yeah, you can say, sure, he got pressure, but that shit was spreading like a motherfucker at first. Like, niggas know that Trump was the one that released the vaccine and then had to, like, different companies fight against each other to see which one was gonna be the one that gets the U.S. okay. What are we talking about? Y'all niggas know that the Democrats were the one that were racist, like more race, like the racist ones earlier on. Y'all niggas know the Nazis were liberal. Like, that's what I'm saying. Niggas don't even know their history for real. Oh, y'all niggas just say shit and think that shit's saying. Like, I don't know. Like, you're just like me for real. That's why I got the pocket. I just be saying shit for real too, but like at least I'm decent enough to be like, all right, I'll check Google a little bit. I'll see. Like, one quick Google search, you would have known Cleopatra wasn't black. Yes. Those whites invaded our countries very early, our continent very early on. Nobody wants to talk about it. It was a long-term sting operation, my brothers. Let me stop. But like, then you start hearing more information, right? But for me, like I called my brother, me and my brother were talking about it. And I was all like, I told him then and there, I was all like, nigga, I'm going to make fun of them. I'm going to clown them because the one thing that I'm not going to do as a person, nigga, I don't even like going past fucking nipple level for real, most of the time when I'm at a pool. I cannot swim. I am not going to the water like that. I'm going to be honest. Like, I can swim, but I can't swim very far or for very long, and I can't see. All right? Not, like, I'm not fucking with a place that I can't see. Like, I'm not scared of the dark. But, like, darkness and you don't know if you can breathe that. I think I'm afraid of that. Like, can we be honest? I'm not the only one here that thinks that, right? Like, I just don't know. Man, like, I'm not the only one here that thinks that, right? Like a fucking tin can. Bro, these niggas went into a tin can. And you want me to have sympathy for them? Bro, one of my friends tripped, and depending on how bad the fall is, I'ma laugh. Alright? Like I'm saying, if that nigga falls and then like is in danger, I'm not laughing. But if that nigga trips around a little bit, stumbles, I'ma laugh at that nigga. Alright? And these niggas, I don't even know for real. And, like, honestly, I'm just gonna laugh at niggas doing dumb stuff. Let's stop. I'm laughing at somebody thinking that they were them. Like, you're not him. You guys were not him. These niggas built that shit. There was no clearance. But my fault. I told my brother, bro. I was all like, dog, these niggas, they're doing this shit for what? He was all like, I mean, so they can see the Titanic. I was like, why do they want to see the Titanic? Why do they publicize this? These are rich niggas. They literally, and I was all like, look, these niggas must have lost a bet or some shit. All right? Like to other rich niggas or some other shit. Because this is the thing. All right? When you're rich and you already got all the money, betting with money ain't the same. It don't hit the same no more. Gotta make niggas bet with actions. I dare you. Niggas all, everybody knows. Truth or dare. The nigga that always chooses truth is boring. These niggas like, nah, fuck the money, bro. We heard about the little, you hear about this submarine we got? Yeah, well, my great auntie, she lost a little bit of jewelry down there in the ocean. We need you to get that back. You ain't got a choice. You said the Miami Heat were gonna win in the finals. But looky here, it was the Denver Nuggets. Now, I'm gonna need that gold necklace. Well, don't bother coming up. It's a 6-hour ride down. We'll give you 8 hours of oxygen. Alright. And that nigga probably has something crazy for the other nigga playing too. Like, nigga. Alright, then now, this some conspiracy saying, if you look at all the stuff that happened this week, the overestimation from the United States government, the rebellion in Russia, all of this is connected. And I'm like, it could be. Like, if the CIA was able to go into Russia and make a coup start a coup, to distract, to even now, knowing that it wasn't fully successful, but to even distract the Russians during this time. All right, just distracting them is not all NBA numbers by the CIA. All right. I mean, shit. You hear about Cuba? Had them niggas in check. Them niggas had to call the Soviet Union to try and stop them. And the United States said, look, we'll put you in check and we'll make it to the moon before you. Like that. Stop playing. And the whole time we'll make you niggas the enemy. Make you niggas seem like you the one that started it. That shit crazy, bro. Cause like, oh my gosh, nah, I'm not gonna get into it. But I'm like, look, it could have been a setup. They very might as well could have been trying to hide that shit. Oh, my fault. I will say, if they got that coup to fucking completely work, then it would have been all time CIA game, bro. That would be like Game 7 of the NBA Finals of 2016. There, and that's when I knew I became the GOAT moment. You feel me? That's that 3-1 comeback. That would have been the CIA. All right, because you think about it, they're all like, Russia was all like, yeah, we're gonna mosey down and murk Ukraine. They were just bombing them hoes. Brr, 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 brr. I should not be talking about this like that, or about that like this, but brr, brr, brr. Right? And it's just him, them niggas, right? And then all of a sudden, Ukraine was all like, they're gonna turn this shit around. Then Ukraine started putting up a defensive line. Now you're hearing these niggas talking about doing a counterattack. And they already started. They got the runners running. Hey, yo, put on Sprinter by Central C and Dave, bro. Like, Sprinter, bro. Like, they were sprinting. And then this. It's 3-3 right now. For real. We need that LeBron block and then the Kyrie shot, bro. It is Game 7. Are you niggas ready? Y'all niggas even don't even watch ball for real, huh? That's what I'm saying, bro. Because think about it. The CIA would have even been like, we kept all these guys on this submarine story. They're not serious at all. We didn't even need a new chicken sandwich. All right, because look, not everybody got a chicken sandwich for real. So that chicken sandwich fad, it just kind of ran dead, bro. They tried the Taco Bell wings for a little bit. They're like, hey. Ask what they put in the wings. What they put in the wings? Yeah, ask them what they put in the wings. Hey, what they put in the Taco Bell rings? Yeah, good. Yeah. You know that one scene from Attack on Titan where Eren just whispering into his dad's ear? They're like, good. All right. Drop a bombs at those schools over there in Iraq. Now them niggas were going crazy. Like they don't categorize dynasties anymore. Like, there's no Kang dynasties. There's none of those anymore. But like this is the United States dynasty for real. This is an empire. That shit's crazy. Let me not. Let's reel it back. Let's keep making fun of those submarine dumbasses. Nah, but because this is shit that geeked. I remember the same day I seen the submarine stuff, or the next day when I was talking to my brother about submarine stuff, like before I called him, they had said that they found $270 million of cocaine in the submarine. And I told him that, and I'm like, dog, oh, these niggas are checking for shit. Are they really looking for these guys? They had the Coast Guard looking for them niggas and everything. And I was like, oh, so they really know and everything. My brother was like, whoa. If you think about it, all this technology and they can't see the sea. And I was like, well, technically they said that we haven't even really looked through the entire ocean for real. So to be fair, that's why I was surprised that them niggas knew where the Titanic was. But I guess they knew that part. They said that's part of the 30% that we know. You know, this is a side note. You ever wonder why niggas like technically more afraid of the ocean than they are of the sky? Like me personally, I'd rather get on a airplane than ride a boat to a country. Honestly, even if it took the same amount of time. Now, if it took the same amount of time, I probably wouldn't do either for the most part. Because you know you can't stop on a plane, and a boat can have more bathrooms. Like, I'm starting to reevaluate the decision a little bit. If it's the same amount of time, blah blah blah. But even then, I'm just not a big boat guy. I'll get on a plane, but I'm not a big boat guy. All right. So to me, niggas would rather fantasize about going up into the sky and everything, and like different planets and doing all that shit, right? And I'm like, why do you think niggas never wanted to go into the ocean, bro? Alright. The lights are too bright. You can't withstand that pressure. I'm sorry. I thought about pressure and I was like, the lights are too bright. Oh my gosh. But I'm just like, bro, I just do not get it. I do not understand. Somebody else, Mighty Key, he did a video, not a video, but like a little TikTok on it, where he had the little water at the bottom, and he was all like, me watching Captain try and fix the PS2 controller. And I was just like, bro, they didn't even have the official controller. Me, bro, was using the blue third-party one. And another nigga, and then somebody else was all like, I'm pressing the turbo button. Pressing the turbo button. Bro, I never even really knew what the turbo button even did. We need to change the game speed or some shit. I don't know, man. Like, I just can't think about why anybody would want to go there. Unless, like, them niggas knew the One Piece was over there or some shit. Like, what made you think that you... And he didn't get the submarine cleared. Apparently, he was even told it was going to fail. Told that it was going to fail. Told that it was... Nigga. Like, how do you... I'm gonna laugh at them. Like, the niggas that are on his side bother me more. Alright? Why can't we laugh at him? He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. Nobody led him there. He went there by himself, by his own volition. Who am I to stop another man's dreams? I may insult it, but doesn't that just give you the conviction to prove me wrong? So that nigga tried to prove me wrong. He didn't. Therefore, I had the last laugh. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? I don't know. Like, I feel like there's a difference between like going at somebody's like dead relative off of just like an inconvenient argument or some shit. I will say there was one fucking thing that did surprise me. And this is what made me think. I was like, oh, that's why they're saying I'm a liberal, because I'm making fun of the submarines thing. There was an article apparently. Why, and it was all like, why the submarine failing is actually a good, or why the billionaires dying is actually a good thing for liberal America. And I was like, God damn it. These niggas, and I was like, these niggas aren't even making jokes though. They're trying to analyze data or some shit that don't even exist for real. Like, I'm not like them. Stop it. What are you doing? I'm not like them. I'm not like other guys. I'm not like other liberals. Oh my gosh, bro. I'm cooked. Like, I don't. There's a lot of things I guess I just don't understand personally. I don't know. I seen this one thing, and this is probably gonna be my last thing on the Titanic bullshit, on the Titanic submarine. But I saw this one thing today, and it was all like, yeah, it sucks about that the submarine, but this is going to spur tourism, because this is gonna make a lot of people. Because what this did is it made a lot of people be like, wow, I didn't even know that they knew that you could go to the Titanic. And he compared it to what actually happened for Mount Everest. Because the first people who tried to climb it, like the first person who tried to go up there, completely, like, he died. And then more people tried to go over there, and they continue to die. So companies were all like, hey, after the first person who actually made it up and down, they're like, hey, we know a path. We can go through these paths, and this way, anybody who wants to go to the Everest and survive, they come with us. And these are our exclusive paths. And then after that, you monetize going and climbing Mount Everest. So they're saying now they're gonna start having companies that let you go on a submarine and let you go and do that shit. And I'm gonna say this: I don't know why the fuck you want to do that. All right. Look, I understand that there's more guaranteed safety, but there's this one guy who asked me if I would go skydiving, and I was like, no. I would not go fucking skydiving. He was all like, yeah, but the death rate isn't even that high. The first time you go, you're strapped onto somebody. And I was all like, no. Well, I'm like, dog, there is nothing with skydiving that I would want to have anything to do with that I can't get from a fucking roller coaster or some shit. Number one. And number two, why would I skydive? Like, why I'm not meant to be falling out of the air. I had nightmares about that growing up. I had nightmares about falling, not even falling to my death, just perpetually falling, and then waking up before it went splat. All right. Why the fuck would I want to go skydiving? Like, oh, niggas gotta be serious, bro. I won't lie. What did get me a little bit hot is that afterwards he said, "Oh well, what if I just brought you there and then I gave you the papers to sign to do it? Would you do it?" I was like, I'm gonna let you know, like, look, You can peer pressure me to do a good amount of things. Drink, participate in some other activities, certain ones. But I still got lines, golly, bro. Like, nigga, you're not getting me. You're not getting me. What? You're gonna lose your deposit. What do you want me to say? Like, you pay and do all that shit. You think I'm just gonna go? I'm like, no. The only skydiving shit that I would try out is the one that you're in the little tube and there's fans blowing on you. And even that I'm sus about, because I'm like, man, one of those fans just stopped working and I'm hurt. Like, I'm not donezo, but I'm hurt. And to an extent, would I want to keep going if I'm disabled? That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, niggas not thinking about their lives for real. I am. I'm sorry. Sorry. God damn, bro. I'm stressing out a little bit, bro. Can't let that unserious energy affect me. Man, I'll say this. I think I'm into British rap now, British grime. I mean, y'all heard me earlier. Fucking quoted a fucking Central C and Dave song, and like, I just didn't think it was gonna come to this point. Like, cause at first, like, there was some British like artists that I could be like, oh yeah, he's pretty good. Like Skepta. It was just Skepta. It was just Skepta. Nah, I didn't listen to any of the other ones, and I was not deep into Skepta discography. But I heard the song "It's Crazy" by J Hus. I listened to J Hus before because I knew some of my other friends listen to it. But then they posted the "It's This Crazy" song. Hey, y'all niggas, you know it. If y'all listen to the other podcasts, y'all know it. It's crazy. And I was like, yo, this shit. And then, like, those hype ridiculous type songs. When I hear one of those from somebody, it definitely does tend to, like, pull me over to want to keep on listening to their shit. And then afterwards, the song with Drake was definitely catchy. Who said the bad man can't dance? I didn't even do it right. I gotta look this shit up. Let me think. My fault. I'm trying to, like, message and talk, but I kind of forgot where I was going with the last conversation, or not conversation. This is a monologue, technically. Why won't you talk to me? Oh my gosh. I won't lie. Recently, this is a completely different side tangent. I seen a video where apparently this one guy was on Bumble, seen a girl that he liked, but obviously I think he swiped right on her and didn't immediately go and search her up, but at least seen a girl on Bumble that he liked and went to go and search her up on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, found her, and then started messaging her. And it was not even a conversation. It was a monologue. And this is number one. This is my thing with, like, dating apps, especially. I think I was only in a period where I really for real took it seriously one time, and that was like during COVID. And I think I already told. It's within these. That's the one and only time I've taken it like actually seriously, like cause I'm not somebody that goes around to fuck, so that's not that can't be an intention with with it with dating apps rather. So, and look, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with who want to partake in those actions. I'm just not one of them. But so because even if you're doing it like that, I do think to an extent you are taking it seriously because you have a goal. I was just on there to be on there to an extent, like how some girls will be like they're on there. Because I mostly hear with girls, not really guys. Some girls would be like, "Oh yeah, I'm on there just to get liked," like not to get liked, like not. I don't have the on there with the intentions of meeting somebody for real. If it happens, it happens. But I'm there more for the positive reinforcement that it gives me. Is what I've heard some people's answers be for those. And and part of it for girls is that, well, in that environment, they're the ones being looked at or sought after. It's really just supply and demand if you think about it. Just because there's also an excess amount of guys on those apps as well. And in that idea, it's a more pick of the litter type situation for them. And I don't know. I found a lot of those text messages, conversations be boring because it feels like neither person is trying to play their hand, if that makes sense. Like, the guy, because then for a lot of situations, they're already not getting the most matches, so they're already being somewhat conservative in what they want to say and how they want to act and whatnot. And the girl, because they're just entertaining something that they don't really care for. So you can tell that there's a lack of investment. I guess you can argue that on both sides too, but I feel like on that side mostly because I don't know. It goes with the similar idea with how when there was like research and studies shown things like hi and hello, like starting the conversation like that, actually tended to not give you even like a response. Versus even on Bumble, they've made it now because of complaints that the both sides are able to talk first based off the girls choosing. So the girls are no longer required to start the conversation, which I'm gonna be honest, I always thought was dumb anyways, because why should it matter who should start the conversation if it's a mutual swipe or connection, whatever they call it, match? But whatever, like it wasn't like somebody just swiped on them and then you're asking like to be followed back by the private account. Like, I don't know, it just sounds weird. But when you actually think about it, like logistically, but obviously it was because like then they wanted to like make an app that was more safer or felt safer for ladies. I'm just questioning if it really did what it intended to do, especially if they ended up removing such a large thing that they had. Why the fuck am I talking about this? Oh yeah, I just randomly got into this topic, but either way, it's just I just don't understand how like guys be doing that. And how I got into it is because like it was a guy who, yeah, I watched a video about a guy who found somebody's Instagram, whatever, from Bumble, and then continued to talk to her. And look, This nigga sound weird. He's sending her voice recordings. I'll play a little bit of the voice recording because I actually got some of it here.
The AC on and a SpongeBob shirt, and I would call this like the technological version of, you know, when like Noah stops Allie in the Notebook and he's like, I had to talk to you when I see something I want. Yes, I just made a Notebook reference. I don't know. I'm being a total idiot right now. So if nothing else, I figured you'd have a laugh and a smile and you can fucking make fun of me to your friends. I don't know. Now you have a solo podcast for a guy that makes like $6,000 a month on a microphone being an idiot.
He was right. All right, man. And this is my thing, bro. Y'all make everybody famous. This nigga making $6,000 a month from podcasting? Where my check at? Y'all niggas not donating to the culture for real. Alright. We support black businesses. Yeah. My brother, Juneteenth just passed and there was no support. Let me stop. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I feel... What else? What is it? Oh, I don't think I even talked about the ending of that Titanic shit, even though I said I was done with it. Let me reel it back in real quick. You know, they ended up coming out and saying that they actually knew that it was like done in day one because they heard the implosion and they had already marked it down. But they still had niggas like questioning it for multiple days. No, what's what about it? Like the multiple day questioning thing is like who was really looking? Like if you knew where they were going, you knew which direction they were mostly going down, right? You knew like how long would it take for you to find it if you can send something to the wreckage of the Titanic and see it. Why couldn't you see anything? That's why, like, and then because the thing is, like, we knew they were dead because them niggas said they had only 8 hours of air. Like, it felt like it was weird how certain extra details were coming out piece by piece, and niggas were all like, yeah, they're for sure dead. And each one kept on telling us, oh, yeah, they're for sure dead. I understand that people saying it was a setup. I get it. I'm thinking it might be a setup. It might just be rich people playing games. You already know how them rich people be. That shit fun to them. They just here for real. Man, I can't wait to get rich. Man, I was telling somebody else. I was like, man, you can do anything when you're rich. Crimes aren't even crimes. They like slap on the wrist for real. But, oh, the other thing was that Joe Biden's son, that nigga didn't even have to pay any taxes, like, on any of his tax fraud shit. Them niggas will try and eat me up. I mess up on reporting a few dollars. Them niggas like him because of what? Because his daddy the president? Man. I always hate them niggas that. You always gotta hate the trust fund kids. Man, I'm pretty sure Biden... Did you, like... Y'all notice that, like... politicians meet the future politicians when they're young, and y'all don't think that like there's just spreading the same ideas? That shit getting passed down like it's heritage. Y'all better miss me with that shit. There's a Twitter space about people needing to stop off-season workouts. Oh my gosh, y'all niggas seen that Twitter space that Legend of Winning Low had? And that nigga put in his... So, Lowe's a NBA content creator. Alright, that nigga more famous than me. Alright, we're gonna rush past it. One of the things that he'll do is that he's willing to concede an argument if you're consistent about your argument. If it matches the next few things. For example... During most of the Embiid versus Jokic 2 to 3 year stretch of the debate of who should win the MVP, if somebody brought up Embiid's case, if you looked at Giannis's numbers, people were saying Jokic only plays one side of the floor. All right, well, if Giannis's defense is better and is on, especially in that In that year, when during the Celtics year run, where the Warriors won the finals. But that year, Giannis was shooting super efficiently from the mid range as well. His was a little bit close. Like, he wasn't shooting from the free throw line as much. His was definitely a few steps, if not a few steps closer. But he was definitely shooting very well from the mid range. So there was no offensive argument really that you could argue for Embiid at that moment, especially if you wanted to add in defense, because that was also the year that Brook Lopez had the back spasms and didn't play a majority of the year. Came back during the playoffs, or not during the playoffs. Came back a few games left, I want to say, max 20-ish games left. And at that point, I think Chris Middleton was also getting injured, so it was also weird. But I think Lowe made a space about, because he had an issue because people were trying to take one of his like player choice stuffs out of context, I guess, and he was saying you cannot have KD as top 5 and have these players under 5 for these reasons. And some of that adds up because look, at best, KD is number 5 because the top 3 is a lock. I don't care which top 2 is 100% a lock. You can have in either order. I feel like Curry is usually going to be at 3, but it should be Jokic, Giannis, Curry. Those are your 3. I don't care. Your 4th, Giannis, Curry. I want to say your 4th should be Luka. And at highest, you could put Embiid there. At that point, you have the 5th spot you're fighting for, and you're fighting whether it's Embiid. If you have Embiid up there, Luka, you have KD. You have 3 people fighting for the 4th or 5th spot. And I would argue that KD is more at the bottom of that. So I would argue KD's 5th. I got him a little bit better than Embiid. Or is it? Do I have him better than Luka, actually? Ooh, yeah, no, that's a messy one. I feel like you gotta people are gonna end up trending to putting Luka up there. Right now, I'll maintain hesitancy. Now that I really think about it, but the argument that KD is under 5 is not insane. I seen JJ Redick say that next season, Devin Booker is going to be the best player on the Suns. I seen JJ Redick say Devin Booker is already clear top 10. I think KD is also clear top 10. Bradley Beal top 30. But like, I don't know what the point is. I don't know, man. Or no, I knew what Lowe's point was, rather. But then, what the point was for people being obtuse about it, rather. I didn't understand why people were being obtuse that KD could be lower than 5. And then when you bring up arguments like games played or defensive impact and stuff like that, like the only argument against Embiid is injured during the playoffs. Other than that, I would say he clears KD. If Embiid gave me 25 and 10 in the playoffs, even like on solid efficiency, I would still say he clears KD. Because he's still going to be better on defense. And even in the playoffs, he was still pretty good on defense. It was when people started pulling him out into the perimeter that there was an issue. But, yeah, no, I don't know. That's crazy. So, you have all of that. I don't get it. I don't get how you can you can have KD really consistently over Embiid. Because then your argument is then KD played better in the playoffs. Okay. And then there's Anthony Davis, who I think is a clear step behind. I think you can also argue LeBron versus KD any given day at this point. I would argue a little bit more in KD's favor in that one, though. Yeah, nah, but the funny part of that Twitter space, my fault, is that KD ended up pulling up, and he tried to step to Low, and now look, I respect Low because this nigga didn't fold. Niggas got starstruck. I won't lie. Niggas were asking him questions that you knew he wasn't gonna answer because he wasn't dumb. And I was like, bro, please shut these niggas up. And Low actually had an argument about whether or not and people got mad because he was like, oh yeah, you get KD on there and you want to focus on rim pressure. And if people were actually on there listening, it was a part of a grander conversation in which people were actually arguing about just the basketball, because KD was like, I felt like I got to the rim a lot. And then Low actually brought up too, and he was all like, getting to the rim is not actually getting doesn't mean you have to get all the way over there and you have to hit a layup. That means it means just being in that within the 3-point line, drawing fouls. And then Low was all like, yeah, you're right. In the first 2 games, you didn't draw that many fouls. And in the last 2 games, you didn't draw that many fouls. The middle 2 games, you drew a lot of fouls, and I would say, arguably, that you had great rim pressure those 2 games. And I'm like, okay, that makes niggas pause to think, like, I guess he's right. That's the things that I'm like, oh yeah, that's actually talking about basketball. That's literally it. And you're like, what? And you niggas want to ask about the fucking legacies and the politics of that shit. Even Swiper's question, I like Swiper's question. So he's a Nuggets broadcaster guy, radio host thing. I don't really know him too well, but he be on Twitter Spaces heavy. I don't even be on them that heavy, but I just see the names, certain names, like, be out there a lot, and other Twitter people will mention them. But even Swiper, he was up there. He asked KD what are the most important qualities for when it comes to who gets to stay out in closing the game. Like, what are the 2 most important qualities? What are the most important qualities that a basketball player should have in being able to stay out during those situations? And he was all like, he has to be able to play defense and he has to be able to create his own shot. And even KD acknowledged that was a good question. And I was like, yes, these are the questions that niggas that have sense and aren't just there for the fucking media shit are talking about. Niggas want a spicy conversation, but they're not ready for a spicy conversation when it's dead. That's the crazy part. But hey, who am I? Who am I to say all this? I'm just not. This is Just Talking Podcast. I'm gonna catch y'all.